Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for this video. Today I have taken off my gel nails completely, as you can see here, so that I can test out some tips I bought off Amazon. This is what I came up with, so if you want to see how I did this set and what I think of the Amazon nail tips, just keep on watching.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
So the brand of tips I got off Amazon is called Be.You. I've never been a fan of tips. I don't really use them, so I've never heard of these, but I will link them down in the description box if you are interested. So here I'm just sizing up my tips, make sure they fit my nail sidewall to sidewall. One thing I immediately noticed about these that I do like is that they have a nice deep C curve to them, and the sidewalls are straight out instead of that extreme curve that you see in most tips. Now I'm using Young Nails brush on glue to glue these on. The glue dries pretty fast, so we just have to move quick. And I do have these clips here sped up a bit so that it's a little less time consuming to watch through the prep. So now we're just cutting them down to length. I am using my tip cutters for this, and then I'm going to file them into shape. I've decided to go with an almond shape today. So for the filing, they're pretty easy. They're a nice thin tip, which is nice. They're pretty easy to work with so far. So now I'm just working on blending the tips into the natural nail. This was always the step that I hated most. I always found it very difficult to blend the tips in without actually filing them so much that they just came right off. So these are blending very, very easily. I'm very impressed by it. I've never had such an easy time blending in tips. So I'm just wiping over all my nails with light Elegance cleanser to remove any dust and cleanse and sanitize my nail plate. So after cleansing off my nails, I go in with light Elegance VitaPrime. Now VitaPrime is an acid primer, so you only need a little bit and it will disperse over the entire nail plate. You really want to be sure not to oversaturate with VitaPrime. After that, I use light Elegance Tack. This is a bonding agent. So I go in with a separate brush and just dip it into the tack and then really kind of scrub it into the nail plate, get it a really good even coat, and then cure in an LED lamp for 30 seconds. So for a thin base layer of gel, I always tend to go towards light Elegance Cool Gel. I just really like the viscosity of it, and also I do like to stick to light Elegance brand after using their primer and bonder. I feel like most product lines do claim that their products behave best with each other, so I do like to make sure my first coat of gel is from the same brand, even though I do tend to play with a few different brands. Now I'm going in with my first coat of color. I am using Selena Ryden's sandwich technique for this, so I'm doing my color in between my layers of gel. And before I cure, I'm coming in with Nail Couture's glitter. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this glitter, however. And it seems to be nowhere to be found on the bottle. So just into my wet gel, I'm dumping it over a couple accent fingers I wanted to have for this set. Just my thumb and ring finger I'm going to do with this glitter. If I can find the name of it, I will post it in the description box below. Now once I get all the glitter on, I will cure it in my lamp for a full 60 seconds. Then I'm going to brush off the glitter nails with a fluffy brush to get any glitter off my fingers. After that, I do like to go in with a stiffer nail brush to get any that might be stuck in around my cuticles or side walls. I find the fluffy brush just doesn't do a good enough job. For the next step, I'm going in with a layer of Fuzion 5. I chose Fuzion 5 because it is a thick, sticky gel, and I did want a gel with a lot of stick to adhere the 3D glitters that I'm going to be using. So I'm doing a relatively thin coat. I do want it thick enough that I don't have any trouble sticking the glitters into it, but I don't want it so thick that when I press them in, it puffs up around each piece. The glitters I chose for this nail are from Canada Nail Supplies. They're a 3D triangle shaped glitter in kind of a dark duochrome finish. I'm using my crystal katana to pick them up one by one and place them into the nail. This was the most time-consuming part of this set for sure. I'll leave it at regular speed for a few pieces so you can get a feel of how long it would have taken, and after that I'll speed it up a little bit so it doesn't take up too much time in the video. So once I get all my 3D glitters into place, I cure again for a full 60 seconds in my LED lamp. To encapsulate my glitters, I'm using Fuzion SL Clear. I chose SL Clear because it's a thinner viscosity, so it should settle in amongst the 3D glitters and loose glitter better than a thicker gel would. After each nail, I do flash cure to make sure that my gel doesn't go anywhere. Now for myself, I do usually like to use a thicker gel because I do have very warm hands, so a thin self-leveling gel just tends to seep all over the place with me. So like I said, for encapsulating, I did go with SL Clear, but for the build layer on my plain black nails, I did go back to Fuzion 5. And once I finished all nails, I did a full 60-second cure. So now that everything's cured and I've already wiped off the sticky layer, we're going to go in with our finish filing. I'm just going to, again, speed through this really quick, show maybe a nail or two. If you want to see a video, a more detailed video on my finish filing, just sound off in the comments below and I'll try and get one of those posted. Once my finish filing's all done and I've removed any dust from my nails, I go in with a second coat of black just on the solid black nails and cure for 30 seconds. Now we need a no wipe top coat for those black nails. Today I'm using Nail Couture's ShineE. After this, you want to cure for probably 5 to 10 seconds, maybe longer, depends on your lamp, so you'll have to fiddle around with timing for this step. I'm just doing a short cure because I'm going to be using a chrome on top. My UV LED combo lamp usually takes about 5 to 7 seconds depending on the brand of chrome. And the powder I'm using for this today is the Opals powder in Paua, if I'm pronouncing that right, by Social Claws. I guess it's not really a chrome, but it comes out chrome over black. It comes out like an opal over white, so I guess that's why they call it opals. I like to put this on with a silicone tool. Some people use eyeshadow applicators. It's really just a matter of preference. I find with a silicone tool, I get the shiniest, most reflective result buffing it in with that tool over an eyeshadow applicator, but it really is preference. And again, it could vary by brand of chrome or pigment that you're using. I'd play around, figure out what gets you the best result. After getting that all buffed in, I'm just taking my fluffy brush, brushing off any excess powder, touching up any spots I may have missed, and then we're going to move on to our top coat, which today I am using Light Elegance Super Shiny. I find it's nice and stain resistant, which is great for me, being I am also a hairstylist. So we're going in with a thin coat over all of the nails, and then I'm going to do a second coat on the 2 pigmented chromed nails just to try to avoid any chipping on that chrome. And there we have it, guys, my finished set. 3D glitter, loose glitter, chrome, long almond. What is not to love? As for the tips, I was very impressed with them. I don't remember ever having such an easy time with tips. I always fought with them every time I tried to use them, which again is why I always lean towards sculpting forms, but these, they blended easily, they were very thin, so they didn't add any bulk to my free edge. All in all, I don't really have anything bad to say about them. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bye!